Ooh wee, it's Jenny Lee. It's her 18-ounce loaves of cinnamon swirl bread favorites. These are fantastic. It's a QVC price of $34.50 or 3 easy pays of $11.50. Shipping and handling is free. Your item number is M90501. Let's talk about what you're going to get in some flavors. We have cinnamon. We have cinnamon raisin. We have cinnamon apple. Which one is that one? Cinnamon apple. And then we also have cinnamon chocolate chip. We have fewer than 20 in each of the individual options. And we do have a combo option, which is also very popular. So you don't have to pick which one you want. You get to have all the flavors. And speaking of all the flavors, I want to talk to someone that has all the answers. He's standing by. His name is Scott Baker, and he better be willing to share with me right now. Scotty Too Hottie, what's up?
What's shaking, my man? How are you?
I'm fantastic. Listen, you got a lot of cinnamon over there. I think you need to share some of that.
You know what? I saw you eating something else. I didn't know. I'll send you a package next time.
Okay, look, that's all you have to do. Tell your friends. I'll give you my address. That's all you got to do.
You got it. You got it.
Talk to me about these top
tonight?
flavors that you have. Everybody loves cinnamon and cinnamon bread, but this is different.
Oh, this is so different. You know what? This starts with almost 150 years of tradition. My family has been baking in the United States since 1875. So I think we're, 148 years. We got a big celebration coming up in 2 years. But, you know, it's something that's just so special, TJ. I learned how to bake from my dad.
Yeah.
I saw my granddad at the bakery, and I was coming in, I was about this tall. My granddad still worked. It was handed down to him from his father. And my great-great-grandfather started it all, handing it down from father to son for 5 generations. So, you know, I just learned how to do it the right way. You know, baking was invented many, many years ago, way before me, and we just still follow those old traditions.
I love that you're sticking to traditions. And to me, it always means something when you're talking about this is a family recipe. Because it isn't something that you're just buying from the store and whatever it is, we're just trying to reprint. It means more, because I always think like family traditions represent culture and sharing of culture, and we do that through food. And so I love that you stick to your traditions.
For sure, and you nailed it. I mean, the culture, you know, the history, the experiences. This is family food. This is, you know, not just us making it, but the people that get to enjoy it. This is something that brings people together around a table to enjoy a meal. I'm making French toast right over here. What a spectacular Sunday breakfast that you can have with your family. But it's a go-to everyday item too. I mean, PB&J, just toast it and butter it and have it with a cup of coffee for a quick morning breakfast. It's something that really, just exudes some specialness.
Can I tell you, my mom sometimes, when she gets low blood sugar, she has to have a snack. Her favorite thing is to have a cinnamon type of bread or nuts or a raisin bread or something like that, and she loves it. And actually, she was doing it so often that my niece, whenever she would pick her up from school, she would say, "Grandma, what do you have?" And my mom is coming out with her little Ziploc bag full of stuff. And I learned that too, because look, you get that bite of sweetness that you want, but it's also satisfying because I love bread. And so I love that you can marry all those together. And we talk about all the flavors that you have. Can you talk about the flavor profiles?
Sure. So, you know, it starts with the classic cinnamon swirl bread, our #1 seller, the original swirl. This guy right here. It's all about all natural ingredients. We are super small batch. We make 384 loaves per batch. Oh, wow. It's all natural ingredients. You look at that ingredient statement, you can pronounce every ingredient that we put into it. And the original cinnamon swirl, 13. The #1 ingredient is that cinnamon. We actually searched the world to find the best cinnamons we could. We settled on, I mean, there was 2 that we just couldn't pass up. Corinthite cinnamon and Vietnamese cinnamon were 2 of the best that we found. And we found that when we blended them together, they even were better. And so we have bark shipped into the United States. Our partner in New Jersey grinds it specific to us. It's a cinnamon blend that you won't find anywhere because this is proprietary to us. This cinnamon blend is really the key to that original cinnamon swirl bread.
I love that you said that. And listen, Scott, not that we're trying to take away from the sweetness, but cinnamon has medicinal properties. Like, isn't it an anti-inflammatory type of spice?
There are so many benefits to cinnamon. You mentioned your mom's diabetic.
Yeah.
Cinnamon actually helps control blood sugar. There's 100 different things about cinnamon that are really good for you, and so it's one of those superfoods, and we're really pleased to use it. Obviously, we're delivering it with a little bit of sugar and a little bit of fat, but it's all about moderation. Really, just got to make sure that you have a healthy and well balanced diet.
Listen, when you talk about moderation, I do not care, especially when you're making French toast. Ain't nobody think about no moderation. I need a bigger plate.
Moderation is, I need a fourth slice, and how about a fifth slice?
Ooh, that's great. So wait, so talk to me about this recipe. So I can get the cinnamon raisin, cinnamon apple, or that cinnamon chocolate chip. And so I can make French toast with any of these, right?
Oh, for sure. And you look at this right here. This is a full loaf of bread right here. You're going to get 4 of these in your package. 19, 20 slices per loaf. So it's enough to share. It's going to come to you ambient, so when it arrives, you can stick a couple loaves in your freezer. I always say stick 1 loaf in your neighbor's mailbox, be that, friendly neighbor, and just leave 1 out and just enjoy a couple slices at a time.
Gotcha. And ambient is room temperature for our QVC family, so we can take that. How long does this last in the freezer?
So it is all natural. In the freezer, it'll last you a good 6 months if you've got a great freezer.
Okay.
It could last up to a year. If you're not eating it faster than that, though, then this is probably not the bread for you, but
no, we're good.
A good 6 months in the freezer. 7 to 10 days on the counter is what we say. It's not going to mold. The interesting thing about cinnamon, it's a natural mold inhibitor, but you're going to lose moisture, and so it will stale after about 10 days or so. You look there, right there. That's the butter bath. That's what everyone loves about this bread is, we bake it in an old-fashioned style crimp pan to give it that round shape, but then the butter bath is what allows that cinnamon sugar coating to adhere to it. And you just taste butter, cinnamon, sugar, sweetness, vanilla. It's just such a delicious bread.
I love that you said that. And if you love cinnamon bread or just delicate things that you might want with your tea or coffee, this is going to be a fantastic partner for that. You're getting 4 18-ounce loaves of cinnamon swirl bread. And you can choose between cinnamon raisin, cinnamon apple, cinnamon chocolate chip, or the combo. And guess what? We also have auto delivery. So if you love that breakfast taste and you need it every morning like I do or like my mom does, you can get a shipment every 60 days for a year, so you never lose out on the health benefits or just that little bite of something sweet that you need just to get you going. If you're going for a walk, if you're going for a trip, it's a better snack than cookies.
It's totally snackable.
Great. Yeah.
Totally snackable. Yeah.
I love you said totally snackable. And listen, it's full of tradition. It's cinnamon and tradition. And so I love that you can bring this home and keep this in your family because we learn a lot about each other from food. And I think, here in America, we need to celebrate each other more. And I think a great way to start that conversation is, what do you eat? What does your family do? This is our recipe, and you can pass that down. And I love that you're giving it to us, Scott.
Yeah, you're so right, TJ. I mean, before I really even realized I was in a bakery family, I just have memories of sitting around my grandmother's kitchen nook, and she would make us little slices. It was white bread, but then she would butter it and sprinkle cinnamon sugar on top of it. And that was just one of my fondest memories of hanging out with my grandma. And you put this in a toaster, you can wake everybody up in the house because that cinnamon aroma is going to waft through the house, and hopefully they're waking up thinking of grandma.
They are. Listen, can I tell you a secret? My sister and I were trying to make it, and so we were trying to I remember it was like breakfast in bed. We were trying to bring it to my mom, and she knew that we did it because she was walking through by the kitchen, and she had her little slippers on. She's like, "Who has sugar on this floor?" And it's like, scoot, 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 scoot. So we couldn't trick her. But the fact that you have perfected it, we thank you for
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, Scott, you are fantastic. Thank you for your family. Thank you for your contribution to us. And listen, I'm gonna need some of that French toast, and send me a piece so I can eat it the next time we're on air.
Oh, you got it, my friend. All right, TJ. Take care.
Thanks, Scotty. I will see you later. If you want some cinnamon in your life, here's a great way to do it. Your item number is M90501. It's Jenny Lee's 4 18-ounce loaves of cinnamon swirl bread.